Hope everyone's doing okay. In the Midwest where I live right now, there is a lot of ice coming down, and also there's going to be like 8 to 10 inches of snow apparently. So stay cool. It's going to be really cold this week as well. But what I want to hit on real quick, I was going to address something. The reason why now I am getting rid of things like TV, and what I mean by that is like watching cable and even just excess goods, it's because the more I think about it, and this is maybe just me personally, but the more excess I have, at least, I've noticed that with that, my mental health is a lot more uneven. And I feel like there's higher chances of cycling, meaning when you have all this stimulus around you constantly, when you're working and you're around, there's stimulus going on all day, and then you go home to just constant stimulus of TV, the news, all these grand objects we have. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having a nice car or having a nice home. There are essentials you need. It's more so the stuff we think we need that we don't need, though. Like, for example, okay, yeah, having a nice car, getting to and from work is obviously something you need, but every 3 years you don't need to go out and go purchase a brand new car. There's people who think they need 7 to 8 bedroom houses, and they only have them and their wife, and then they have 1 kid, 2 kids, and then they find they don't want that, and then they want more and more and more. Not saying there's anything wrong with that either, but I'm just saying the more we can get our hands on when it comes to things like that, the more greedy we get, the more impulsy we get as well. And lastly, it destroys relationships. That's why, at least in my opinion, money is something you do need, don't get me wrong, to provide. But at the same time, just using it actively in just wild ways, it leads to your downfall, and it leads to destroyed relationships and families, which is kind of what I'm getting at as well. Is with all these stimuluses we have such easy access to, and this can even be, even your phone, just getting on the internet the first thing you do when you wake up is open your phone and get on the internet and watch something. Now, I know I'm doing a video right now, and I do use obviously the internet. I've got a channel, but I'm just saying it's the extra stuff that when we have access to these things, long term, it's not only it can potentially destroy your relationships, but also one big thing is it will destroy your mental health long term. And I'm convinced that's one reason there are a lot more mental health problems today. It's because of our quick access to anything. Anything we want to get our hands on, we essentially can have within minutes even. And if we can't have it within minutes or days or months, it's like, okay, you're working for it, working for whatever it is, and then you get it, but then you find within a month you're bored of it. You want something else, and the cycle just continues. And then going back to, let's say you come home from work, you have all this stimulus in front of you, you start neglecting your family, your friends, which leads to bad relationships. And the whole point to this is why I'm, for example, one of my big things that I got rid of even before the new year was I'm not watching TV. What I'm substituting that with is a healthier stimulus, which would be something like reading books. I know this sounds bad, but within the past, throughout last year, I can't even tell you the last time I read 2 books in a year since I was even a kid. To just sit down and read for your own pleasure. I read, when I first started this, 6 months ago, I've read over 8 books. And for me, that's a step in the right direction. But reading, for example, not only is a good stimulus in regards to, it's like physical exercise, for example. When you're physically exercising, the results don't happen overnight. You have to build up. You learn what to take in after a workout. You build your muscles up. You learn how to recover. Reading, it's the same thing. It's brain stimulation, but in a good way. It exercises your brain. It also helps. It can help with mental health disorders and problems in general as well. So that would be, for example, a healthy stimulus you could replace. But as well with replacing these stimuluses around us with healthy things you can do, I'm also reducing and getting rid of as much unnecessary garbage that I don't need anymore. And what I mean by this is, it's not like I'm not gonna own anything, nothing like that. It's just extra things that just don't hold value, and I've seen positive benefits, and not even just for a short amount of time, but for longer amounts of times. I'm gonna continue to get rid of. For example, with TV, cable TV, there's no need. Still have basic, I guess the basic, 3 channels if I need it at least. If I at least need it, I will have that. But with your phone today, having internet and whatnot, you have everything you need to keep updated. Also, just a lot of extra things that, just going through clothes I've grown out of, getting rid of all of that, decluttering all the junk that I have, because it's things I don't need, and also it's a stress relief in itself, just getting rid of the garbage around you, getting rid of it. So that's what I wanted to let everyone know in regards to things like I'm getting rid of the clutter in my life. I'm also trying to get rid of those stimuluses that for me I find no benefit in, and lastly, replacing them with positive stimuluses. So I'm not, for example, going to be going off the grid, nothing stupid like that. I'm not saying it's stupid, but I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just saying, if you're really having right now problems in your life, look at what you have around you. What are you, from the time you go to work, the time you get home, what could you do away with and potentially see results from? And at first you might think, oh, getting rid of TV, that wouldn't be, or cable, that'd make me a lot worse. Just try it. Try it for a week and replace it with something like reading or even exercising, and see how you're doing. Yeah, it might not be fun at first, but actually give it 2 weeks if you can, and see where you are. I guarantee you'll feel a lot more productive, which will help with your physical and mental health. And as well with this, look at how it's potentially helping you form connections, just generic connections, by replacing these things where you're just sitting on your butt, watching TV, consuming reaction news, that what their whole agenda is, unfortunately, is to get you to react to it. And see where just look at where that's getting you. In order to see change in your life, you've got to be the one to take the action. And if that doesn't help you, you can always bring it back. As we said, these things you can bring back very easily. I mean, this is America, right? America, get whatever. But I'm saying try to eliminate or reduce some of these things in your life that you have just quick access to, and see where it takes you. Everyone stay safe outside. I know that was kind of a rambling video. Just wanted to do that real quick. Stay safe. It's very cold. Don't be on the roads if you can't, and have a great rest of the weekend and week coming up. I don't know if it's the weekend when I'm releasing this video, just depends. Right now it is the weekend. There will be more mental health videos out. I'm going to be, once again, the next Bible video I will be releasing, it'll be a while, will be David and Goliath. So check that out. I love you all. Like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment.